Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Concern over a parking lot confrontation. A local woman's post on social media sites has gotten a lot of people talking.
After police heard about the encounter, they have a message to share for anyone who might find themselves alone in a parking lot and in a similar situation.
Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker has the story.
It's a really great tool for us to push information and for neighborhoods and individuals in their communities to talk to each other. However, some people often forget that we cannot see what they're talking about in their neighborhood.
Officer Schindeldecker on the growing trend of posting about potential criminal activity on social media, but not calling police.
We need to know about it. It's okay to still share that information on social media to get that message out, but make sure you're also including us and you're calling us when it's happening, so that way we have a chance to respond to it.
A woman posted in Next Door saying that a man asked her for money several times outside of his Hornbachers on 32nd. She refused. She says the man was pretty persistent, but he then walked off, cussing several times. She then went on to say that he was prowling the parking lot, looking in other vehicles. He even found something, according to her, but put it back whenever he realized she spotted him. Following the woman's post, several others chimed in, some saying they've had similar experiences, which drives home the point police want to get across.
At the very least, if we don't find that person or that individual that's causing that issue, we have a record of it. So we have information that we could tie together. So maybe it falls in a certain area, and then we do find that person down the road. We can link several incidents to that individual or individuals.
Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
Along with calling police, you're urged to let store management know if you're outside of a business so they can keep their customers safe.
A man is in custody after allegedly threatening someone with a knife in South Moorhead around 7 tonight. Officers were called out to an apartment near the Safari Theater. Police took the man they believe was responsible for the disturbance into custody, but they've not released his name at this point. No one was hurt. Officers were on scene interviewing several witnesses that lived in that apartment building and are still trying to track down more witnesses to find out exactly what happened.
A Minnesota man had to be airlifted to a Fargo hospital after being seriously hurt in a 4-car crash in Otter Tail County. It happened yesterday morning in Perham, Minnesota. Authorities say 21-year-old Shania Peterson of Perham was heading out of town when she hit a westbound vehicle. Peterson's vehicle then hit another vehicle head-on. One of the drivers, 39-year-old James Wilcox of Henning, Minnesota, was seriously hurt in that crash and was airlifted to Fargo. Wilcox was taken to the hospital in Perham.
The man who allegedly knocked out 2 men unconscious after a brawl in a downtown Fargo bar outside a bar is facing a manslaughter charge. 43-year-old Darren Patterson was initially arrested for 2 counts of aggravated assault and simple assault, but one of the charges has now been upgraded following the death of one of the men involved. At this time, he remains out of jail after posting $100,000 bond. The fight took place outside the Hodo on the night of May 27th. One of the men involved, Jamie Grant, died from his injuries. Patterson is due back in court next week, but prosecutors say that may be changing due to the amount of evidence still to be processed.
A Wimbledon, North Dakota man was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for arson and burglary. 29-year-old Christopher Cray pleaded guilty to the charges, which stem from incidents that occurred in April. In addition to stealing 2 four-wheelers, 100 pounds of copper wire, and 4 saddles from homes or sites near Daisy in Wimbledon, Cray admitted cutting off a lock and setting 3 fires inside a U.S. Air Force control center near Daisy. Cray will be on supervised probation for 3 years after he's released from prison.
2 crashes along Interstate 94 turned into a major traffic headache for some drivers during the evening commute. The first crash happened about 5:20 right near the I-29 northbound exit. Westbound traffic was brought to a near standstill for about an hour as emergency crews responded to the scene. North Dakota Highway Patrol says 3 people were hurt but didn't need to go to a hospital. Now, after that crash was just about cleared off, another one happened on the westbound side underneath the pedestrian bridge near the 25th Street South exit. This crash didn't hold up traffic nearly as much as the previous one. No one was hurt in this crash.
Final results are in on today's vote in Grand Forks. 2,269 people voted yes to save Arbor Park. 2,451 voted no, meaning developers will move forward on a $7 million apartment complex in the Arbor Park area. Arbor Park is the small pocket park in the heart of downtown Grand Forks.
Rooms at the Broadway Hotel in downtown Fargo have been rented for a century at a low cost to those who can't afford much. The Kilbourne Group recently took over the building. They say it's not safe for renters and will make necessary improvements. However, those improvements will mean the low-income renters will have to leave when it starts sometime this year.
We're working with our property manager, trying to find locations for them to move into right now. If they'll certainly be welcome back after we make the improvements later.
Okay, so the price range is going to be somewhat the same, I believe?
No, the price range will be about $600 when we, $600 or higher after we make all the improvements.
While the Kilbourne Group doesn't have plans to create affordable housing, they say there are many options for those who need it.
We received the dashcam video of the high-profile manslaughter trial of Geronimo Yanez. It captures the exchange
with law enforcement.
Fun for all ages tonight in West Fargo at the Wild West Jamboree at Rendezvous Park. There were horse-drawn carriage rides and a petting zoo. Kids could also learn the basics of roping and check out the barrel car rides. Admission was free. Organizers say it was great to see all the children's faces light up tonight.
I have a cowgirl at heart, and so she wanted to come and check out the animals and ride the horses. We love all the activities from the Park District. We take part in as many as we can, and we appreciate the fact that there's stuff all around the city for us to participate in.
Other activities included giant lawn games, kite flying, and sack races.
Valley News.